Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome. If you are new, I'm glad you found me. We're doing Aquarius today. Aquarius, we're going to see what's in the energies for you. I didn't check the astrology. We're just going to do an energy read. Um, I like what I see here. I really do. Um, in the current energies for you, in this position, we have the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Chariot on the backside. Okay, right away, this was telling me that, right away you can see that, she's cutting her wings. The heartbreak is done, and he got in Chariot and, went on a new path. And the key with this card is that behind him, you can see that the road is falling away. There's no going back after that. There's no going back after the heartbreak that was experienced. It could have been in the past. It could be right now. They just said there's no going back from what happens. So this person just kind of Cancer energy put themselves in their chariot and booked. They pieced out. Yeah, moving on after heartbreak. Moving on after heartbreak. And when I was thinking about these two together earlier, um, this could have been heartbreak that came through information, okay? Because the swords are the mind, it's air energy, talks about communication, information, data, learning things. Um, so I feel like in this case, perhaps the heartbreak came from finding something out, pulling the curtain. Because in this deck, the Three of Swords is the crane wife, the story. And she was, like a lot of those stories go, she was not human. She was a bird spirit, and she became human and took a human husband, right? But her secret was supposed to always be the secret. So she said, you know, I will be I will be with you for the rest of our lives, but at a certain time when I am in the bathroom, and when I'm in the bath, you I cannot be don't look at me, okay? Well, there was the betrayal because just like in the story of Cupid and Psyche, she looked, and he looked. So that was the betrayal. The betrayal was finding something out about someone, okay? And with this in the reverse, it is talking about like coming out of that. It's healing, okay? In some cases it could suggest that people are hanging on and they're repressing their feelings, or holding on to not wanting it to end, right? But with the Chariot here, I feel more that um, this is the positive aspect of the reverse. It's coming back to yourself. Forgiveness. Now, this is like the second or third card we have in this reading that talks about forgiveness. Forgiveness and recovery. Yeah, finally moving on from a heartbreak. That's in the current energy, the crowning position, what's on our mind, what we're dealing with. This Chariot on the backside, like I said, you can see that the road behind him is breaking away. So I heard it doesn't matter if it's broken behind me because I didn't intend on going back that way anyway. There's no going back after that. Okay? So let's get to one of the clarifiers here. The first set of clarifiers we have is a 3 of coins and a 9 of cups. You guys, I love this. I absolutely love this. This 3 of coins is really very joyful in his abilities, okay? And then here with the 9 of cups on the reverse, it's talking about the universe bringing in emotional abundance. So wish big. It's talking about wishing big. This position talks about building a new dream, okay? Healing and working towards a new condition for emotional fulfillment. Working towards a new condition, that's that Three of Pentacles, the Three of Coins. And it's doing it from scratch, because that Three of Coins, that young energy, and it's like apprentice energy. You're new at this, but you have good skills, and you have like and you have like a sixth sense for what you want, what you're trying to do here, you know. So yeah, you're making this new condition. It says healing and working towards a new condition for emotional fulfillment from scratch, using skill, knowledge, and trust, rebuilding your self-worth, investing the work into life skills and self-respect and recognition of your worth. Oh, I had that written twice. Applying yourself, not just wishing. Okay, that's what the Three of Pentacles on the Nine of Cups. Now, this could be like repairing yourself so you could enter a new love situation. I don't have anything else that would indicate like a two. I don't have a Two of Cups or anything, but this Nine of Cups speaks volumes because you're building it from scratch. Okay, you have the Three of Swords here, which is that heartbreak. You got the Chariot, which means you're recovering and moving on. You're not intending to go back that way anyways. And now you have this like brand new energy, this Three of Pentacles. You're past the Two of Pentacles, even though it does show up here in the influences. You're past the Two of Pentacles, okay? You decided what you wanted to work on. And now the Three of Pentacles is talking about honing those skills, okay? And then, or maybe it just could be, doing something that you absolutely love that brings you that emotional fulfillment, or you're rebuilding yourself with a lot of love and into something that you really can respect. Okay, because that Three of Pentacles talks about respect, and this Nine of Cups, if it's not a person, it's that emotional fulfillment within yourself. It's like you're rebuilding your worth, you know. So in the next position here, and as one of the clarifiers of this Three of Swords in the reverse with the Chariot. Oh, you know what I heard earlier when I was thinking about this? They gave me the song "Move Along" from All American Rejects, because it's like you just gotta keep moving, and that's when it came to me. Move along, like I know you do, right? And then the next verse, it came to my mind. It was like, um, even when your hope is gone, move along, just to make it through, move along. And that's exactly what this is talking about. After that heartbreak, it's like, I just gotta move along, you know? And then here with the Three of Pentacles, it's that starting out, rebuilding yourself. But this is a good energy. Look how joyful he is about what he made, even though it's Three Pentacles, right? He's proud of himself. He's proud of the hard work he put in. He knows he's capable. He might be a little bit green, but he's there for the recognition, even if it's just from himself. So this is somebody who is absolutely investing in rebuilding their own relationship with themselves. And in turn, then that could also make you, in a Nine of Cups, readiness for that next step towards love. Okay. Here in the next set of clarifiers, we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Nine of Swords on the backside. Nine of Swords on the backside is actually really good energy, but it's that Ace of Wands in the reverse that has me a little bit concerned. This is mental stress, anxiety and sleepless nights, doubts and fears, and they're clearing away now, like waking up from a bad dream. So here's the guy waking up. He's still in the dream, and then here he is, ready to face the day. And you can see that the sun is shining through those swords. So they're like dissipating with the dream, right? So, yeah, this is that all that mental stress and anxiety, sleepless nights, doubts, and fears, it's all clearing away like waking up from a bad dream. It brings a breakthrough surrounding creativity and inspiration and vitality. So you see the dawn breaking and are ready to create again. Yeah, because there was a blockage here with that Ace of Wands in the reverse. That's like a, a lack of energy, lack of vitality, lack of creativity, blockage. It could be a bad news. Um, it could be misused power, but in this case, I really feel like it just drained you. You know, that Ace of Wands in the reverse feels like a light, not a lightning rod, but like a a line pulling down and sucking that energy away. It drained you, instead of when it's upright and it's a power boost from the divine. This time in the reverse, it's like there's nothing there. It's you're tired, you're mentally depleted, you don't not having any good ideas. I mean, that comes in later too, because we've got a Two of Swords here. It's like no good options here. But it definitely feels like the stress of whatever this Three of Swords was, and the stress of having to rebuild oneself, is giving this person like an energy drain, sleepless nights, but the good part about it is that it's now morning after that. So this is, hopefully, if everybody's at the same point in their timelines, hopefully this right now, because it is kind of at the heart of the reading here, this clarifier, and it's talking about, like, yeah, waking up after a nightmare, reinvesting in, a little bit of energy in yourself, or trying. And with, I see again with that, somebody learned something, because again, sword energy is mental energy, and then here on this Ace of Wands in the reverse, it suggests the idea of bad news. So somebody learned something that just, you know, it tore them up. Not a tower. I mean, maybe it didn't shake every part of their life or other people, but it was definitely a heartbreak personally, and I feel like there's now that I felt like there was guilt there, you know, f- um, not just guilt, but confusion and stuff like that, and it's all clearing away now. It's all starting to clear away up here at the heart of the reading. The next position we have is just another the clarifier stack. We have the sun in the reverse again, talking about like that depletion of energy, right? And the magician in the upright. So yeah, not only would it be like a depletion of energy with the sun in the reverse, it also talks about delays or not being clear about things. There could be hurt egos here. Um, but yeah, and then there's that on top of it, we've got the magician, right? So it's like there's been, let me see here. Yeah, the stress and anxiety possibly caused a delay or a blockage of someone's manifesting. That's that, the magician card. And low energy, maybe they were, and that's understandable, and maybe taking longer than desired, but the energy is there. Okay, the intent is there. There may have been a loss of self belief or a loss of faith in oneself. So, um, all of this is very understandable to see after that heartbreak and moving on, right? Because later in the reading, we do get a feeling of being lost. And now they're making me think of the song I Am Lost by the Irrepressibles. Um, so it was almost like this person said, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going, but I can't stay here anyways. You know, I don't know where I'm going, but I don't want to stay here anymore. I don't know where I'm going, but I can't be here anymore. So there is like a self-determination to go forward, even though there's that sorrow there. They do have this, someone does have the feeling of accepting that it's over. It's over, you know? But here with that other clarifier is that, from this came that, again, an energy drain, lack of energy to invest into something new. But the desire there, like your head was clearing up, you know, you're reinvesting in yourself. You're trying to manifest. You've got you good intentions. You've got, the self-confidence. You've got the personal power and the desire, at least. But it's like the energy wasn't there. I get that because there had been a stretch for like about a year where a lot of my manifestations were like, they'd be duds, like think of the image of one of your manifestations being like a huge M80 that, would make a really big bang, right? And you light it and you're excited, and then you back away so you don't get hurt. But when it pops, it's like zzz, pop. It's like fuck. It's like the excitement was there, the ingredients was there, the intention was there, but it just didn't manifest. The energy was blocked, from all this stress. So in the section of influences we may not see yet, this could be things coming in the future. This could be things to watch out for or things to consider. Okay, the first batch here we have is the Page of Wands with Judgment. And at first when I was feeling this, it felt very lopsided energy, this fiery, young, energetic Page of Wands coming in with a message, but then bam, the second to last card, the big dog energy, Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet of judgment on top of this poor little kid, But I get a very cooperative kind of energy, like balancing each other as opposed to tug of warring, okay? So this says there has been a liberation from a previous state of being, but it brought a wake up call. Okay, that's the Judgment card. It's a wake up call. It's liberation. To examine the past and enthusiastically move forward. Okay, optimism and boldness, letting the past go and forgiving yourself and others joyfully. Okay, I love that. Whenever I see the Page of Wands, I think of this video I saw where there's these kids. It was like 4th of July and it was dusk, and they gave the little ones sparklers, and the big sister, she was just drawing like in the air like it was a magic wand, and out of nowhere comes her little brother carrying this huge sparkler, and he's yelling, "Somebody gave me fire!" And he just runs right through the frame, and the little sister is just like, do, I'm being good. And back and behind her, chaos ran through with fire. That's the kind of energy I get from the Page of Wands. I feel like there is enthusiasm about allowing something to be done. Okay, Judgment calls things back from when we think we've put them to rest, and calls for a like final verdict on them. So you may have an opportunity, someone may have an opportunity to review, okay? Review everything that they've been through in this first row, right? The rebuilding and the sleepless nights and the energy drain, the health, could have been health problems there. And they have the opportunity to let it all go, because that's what Judgment does. It puts it finally to rest, right? Yeah, examine the past, forgiveness, and sometimes if this is karmic lessons, we do have the choice, because we always have free will. We have the choice of what we let go of and what we keep working on, right? So the Judgment card also speaks to, are you going to let something pass over, into the past and stay dead? Or are you going to repeat it? Okay? But these decisions are, and I like this because there was the Two of Swords. Oh, there is the Two of Swords over here, which is suggesting like very indecisive. But in this case, in this energy, they're excited to finally put something to rest, Yeah, letting go of the past, forgiving yourself, and moving forward joyfully. Yeah. Could be Aries energy. The Page of Wands could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. We do have Leo showing up over here with the Strength card. A lot of this bottom row, and even up here, there was a lot of major arcana in this one. You got the Chariot, you got the Magician, the Sun, Judgment, Strength, and the Star. This is a lot of divine energy. So again, this talks about holding on through change, through transformation and fear. Not only for the steps that you are taking, but for just having to go through it. Because like I said about, coming back around and stuff. Is that all I want? Yeah. So this next stack here, in influences we might not see yet, we've got the Star in reverse and Strength upright. And this talks about being strong, like I said, holding on through change and fear. That's the Strength card. That's the Strength energy. Holding on through change and fear while you're in this energy of feeling directionless. Okay? It says, there will be times when you question your dreams. You're guided. Sorry about. My mouth is dry. There will be times when you question the dreams that you're guided towards, okay? Sometimes the way is clear and sunny, straight and steady, but sometimes we feel alone or lost, directionless or disillusioned. But with the Strength card on top of the Star reversed, someone is able to draw on their resilience and courage. This could suggest needing to tap into inner fortitude and power while deeply considering your direction. Okay? There may be an opportunity for a new dream, a new path. The Star is wishing on a star. It's also where our souls want to go towards home. I always get the idea of recalibrating your path, like GPS, recalibrating, and realigning yourself with your higher self's purpose. And on top of that, with the Strength, it's like you're doing it well. Well, it's a struggle. I mean, Strength card here is not easy. This is the Empress off her throne, the nurturing part, the abundant part, the intuitive and psychic and emotionally available part of a person, the Empress, right? She's got to come down off her fucking throne to wrestle the ego. Okay? So when you can balance your power and your peace, your ego and your intuition, right? Reason and passion, that's when your strength pops. That's when you really come back to yourself. You really embody all of your strengths when you can balance that, right? But first, you got to put something down, because look at how the Empress is trying to it's like she's trying to wrestle something out of that lion's mouth. You ever have to wrestle a chicken bone away from your dog, right? It's like, you put that down, it could kill you. Put that down. You're not supposed to have that. That's kind of like the universe telling somebody intuitively, you're not supposed to have this, so put it down. Okay? Don't eat that, right? Get that out of your mouth. Because the ego, all the ego knows is, no, I want it. All that dog knows is what he's going to have, that chicken, no matter what, right? He doesn't know it's going to kill him. But the Empress is like, I'm trying to take that away from you because it's not for you. Okay? So can you just hold on? Can you just be brave for a minute? And so, yeah, on top of the star, I mean, somebody may be feeling lost after this and alone. And, the chariot is driving off into the night, right? There's no stars. There's no stars guiding him. The star is in the reverse. So someone's in an energy of, even though, they know they have to go forward, it's dark out there and they're all alone and they don't quite have a direction because that star is in reverse, you know? But it's this strength on top of that is just so beautiful because it's like they took that page of wands energy and cranked it up to 11, It's like, I might not know where I'm going, but I am strong enough to do this. And it's really coming back to having faith in oneself. Last deck we have in the influences we might not see yet. We have a Two of Swords and a Two of Pentacles. Okay. This is, it's like somebody's coming down hard on themselves. That's just like underlying energy that I'm feeling with this, but it says it's someone's using deep reflection. Look, she's got her eyes closed. The two of swords is somebody who's not taking in any outside information. I don't want to hear your opinion. I don't want any new information. I have a decision to make. Don't talk to me. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm not thinking. I'm only considering because this decision is so hard. It says using deep reflection, facing fears, and contemplating hard decisions regarding choices that are hard to juggle in the Pentacles arena. So again, this might be somebody who's just starting over. We got page energy, 3 energy, 2 energy. It's just after that chariot takes off, of course, somebody's going to be starting over. This is trying to determine wise ways to adapt. Which options are worth investing in? What should we allow ourselves to uphold? And what do we sacrifice? Because it's like, with the imagery here, it's like somebody can't decide what they want to put their efforts into, so somebody else is going to cut one away. Or somebody who's having trouble deciding is just going to ultimately cut one of them out. Okay? So there is energy here about cutting something out. What do we sacrifice for this? Either decision seems heavy because someone knows they have to choose something that once they let it go, it's gone. And that's where this judgment energy comes in, I think. Making a final verdict, feeling lost about it, needing the strength to navigate when there's no clear path, and knowing that they have to cut something away because they're juggling too many things, right? But the saving grace of this is that it doesn't come out negatively. Okay, on the front side it's somebody balancing things, but on the back side they're actually being observed, right? They're being observed and they're impressing people. Like, people are really proud of them and really admire them for being able to balance these two things. I mean, it almost looks magical, But maybe maybe that in itself is why this decision is so hard, is because whatever they're balancing, it's kind of working, but one of them still has to go. And I mean, I can't deny that it sounds like it has to do with some Nine of Cups. Like, which direction does this person want to go to? Because one, you can't go both ways. You can't juggle both. Somebody has to make a decision. And it's a hard one because it's like in this story, it's like she was between two disasters. She was between a maelstrom and like the Hydra. Okay, and she had to decide which one was safer. Which one was the better choice, I mean, for some it could be neither one. It's like somebody wants them both. Someone wants the both and is trying to juggle both. Because even though in the card these are two disasters, the feeling is that they're both desired, you know? So that's what I have for Aquarius. I hope that resonated, Aquarius. If you did vibe with that reading and you got some messages out of there, I hope they reached you for your highest good. If you could leave me a like, a share, subscribe, comment. I love comments. I barely ever get any. Yeah, leave me any engagement with my video will help the algorithm get this seen. I also heard through other readers that I don't know if it's just on mobile, but if you hit the like button and you swipe it, there's a choice to hype the video. I don't know if maybe that's not on, the tinier channels. Maybe it's just on the more well-known channels. But if it's an option, that would be great. If you swipe and hype this video, it'll help me get seen. I am open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries, and my information is in the description. You'll find my email, Venmo, and Cash App. Even if you don't want to, order a reading, if you got a message that resonated and you think it helped, and you'd like to maybe buy me coffee, again, the donation links are in the description. I appreciate anything and everything that is sent my way. So let's get an ancestor oracle message. I hope we didn't go over time. Let's see here. One for the Aquarius collective, please. Oh yeah, Aquarius, you showed up in the reading as the star. I forgot to pinpoint that. What are the other signs here? The two. So we've got Taurus and Gemini energy here in that one stack, and we've got Aquarius and Leo energy here, and we've got Aries. Oh, I don't know what Judgment is. I think it could be Scorpio energy. Aries and Scorpio here. Taurus and Pisces. Aries and Libra, or Aries and Aquarius. We've got Leo and Aries. Could be some Capricorn in there. Chariot is Cancer. Three of Swords is Libra. Okay. Oh, let's see. Hey, summer. We've got the honeybee. Bask in joy and light. So, that's pretty. I like that because that puts a time frame on it. I mean, there's a lot to do, and there's a long path to take, and there's a lot of growth to go through, and a lot of pain to let go of, and a lot of energy to regain and rebuild. So yeah, I can see this taking 6 months. Or maybe it's been going on since 6 months. But here we have the card for summer. Where is it? Oh my god, turn the page. Okay. It says bask in joy and light. It says rise up, open your wings, and shine. Bring your projects and plans out into the light and into manifestation. So wow, that's exactly what we've been trying to do here with that magician card. But energy has been low. But let's see what summer says. This is the perfect opportunity for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It says light has come to banish the darkness. Clarity is arriving too, allowing you to allowing you to know exactly where you are. Oh, that's good because we had the star in reverse feeling directionless, right? To know exactly where you are. Excuse me. And how you can move forward. Angels and ancestor guides are encouraging you to enjoy the moment and not to rush forward. Oh, see, with the chariot energy, yeah, and not knowing where to go. It's like you have the time. You just, you know, give yourself the time, but do the work, right? Because there's a lot of work being done here. Sorry, my throat is so dry from burning the sage. Okay, so it says, enjoy this moment, don't rush forward because this is a time for pleasure, enjoyment, and expansion. Yeah, there's a great chance that you have extra energy. We were just talking about being so low vibe, right? But then again, I mean, with strength here and these dynamic cards on the bottom, you do get your strength back. You enjoy this moment for the time for pleasure, enjoyment, and expansion. There is a great chance that you have extra energy, creativity, and inspiration at this time. Notice what is coming to you, and as it is an inspiration directly from the divine. When the summer card comes out in the future position of a spread, or as the last card of the reading, it can also indicate that the coming summer will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intention. Important energies in regards to your intentions. So, yeah, for the time being, it feels like we're, pulling that chariot uphill in the dark, with no energy to do it. But yeah, I feel like by summer, that's all going to change for you. And it's changing now, too, but I feel like give yourself the time to do it. Oh, I hope that made sense. Where are we at? Let's do a couple of the insight cards. First, Aquarius. It's like for Aquarius, any last minute advice or heads ups? Okay. Oh, okay. I like that. Okay. See, I'm getting the same kind of energy from the other day. It was saying how um yeah, part of the work is has love in mind, right? But it's the process of building towards it that's actually going to bring it to you. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. We've got the first one to pop out was 1111, the energy gateway. Oh, the 1111 portal's coming up in 3 days. What day is it? 2 days, 3 days. Yeah, and I will be doing a reading for the November portal. 1111 gateway. Yeah, you are connected. A chance will be presented to change. There's a soul connection here, a soulmate or a twin flame. It said cobwebs. You are protected from negative forces beyond your control. The red sun. A wake up to spiritual path, intense emotion and passion, deep understanding, a spiritual awakening, and divine communication. And then we have the hermit. That's where you're getting the divine communication because it's that somebody's in like that solitude energy, introspection, withdrawal, tapping into your higher self and looking at for inner guidance because it's like with the example of feeling directionless because the star is in reverse, when the hermit goes into when the hermit goes introspective, and in the symbol on the card is that he's holding a lantern, and in the lantern is actually the star. because it represents our higher self. And if we focus on the star, then that's, our direction. I hope that made sense. So yeah, it's tapping into the inner guidance because the star was in the reverse. So you had to find I heard you had to find new leadership because there was no direction outwardly. So you had to look within yourself to find that, to find where to point yourself, We get the wheel, what goes around comes around. Oh. 222, keep the faith. Okay. Timely and auspicious opportunities are coming. Stand strong in your personal truths. We did have the tower. I don't feel like that's warning of the tower like in the future. I feel like you're past it. But they want you to remember that not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. And that could be how that heartbreak set somebody free, right? Or that learning the heartbreaking information set someone free. Pincushion. This is talking about concentration on your projects and protecting your work as you go and protecting yourself and your intentions. Okay? Be sharp, be precise, protect your projects, and concentrate. That's the pincushion. A couple more for Aquarius, please. Aquarius. A couple more for Aquarius. Oh, no, that's too many. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll take that one. They're warning of red flags. Pay attention to red flags. Mountain wanted to come out again. That came out before, talking about challenges to overcome. We have healing with Archangel Raphael. Healing of mind, body, and soul. That's the work that's being done, Compassion. That's the second time that came up too, because compassion came up when I was contemplating the strength card. Okay, you're gonna need to have some compassion for yourself, okay, and for anybody else that's gonna be affected. But compassion doesn't mean you're a doormat, okay? So still remain in your strength when whatever you're going through, okay? This is a return to creativity, a healing from addictions, a green light for healing. Just ask. Healing injuries inside and out. Okay. We do have the fairy godmother. This is a representation of the star in the upright. So we did have the star in the reverse. Now we've got it in the upright. It's like blessings, healings, a wish, new direction, renewal, and finding your way. Okay. And the last card we have is advice to be willing to learn something new. And they wanted to finish that with about yourself. Okay. There's real encouragement to allow a lot of this strength to go into coming back to yourself, your goals, your desires, your personal intentions, your drive, your ambition, your creativity, because there could have been something where you were stuck in a position where you couldn't explore any of that, or it was a burden. So now that you're relieved of that, even though it hurt, be willing to go forward and learn new things. Do have that Page of Wands there. Okay, I'm not gonna drag it on anymore for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for sticking with me as long as this was. The next couple days, we're gonna just continue with the zodiac, and we're doing Pisces next. So until I see you again in my next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.